Yeah. It's your boy Joe Son. We back at it, man. We hitting y'all with another week of sports. Sorry, man, all my fans and everybody, man. I missed last week. This was a busy week, but bring y'all new criteria for the new week. And I got my first guest, my main man. Been knowing him for a few years now. My boy Nick. And tell you a little bit about Nick. He's a family man. Um, when I moved to the Atlanta area, him and his wife accepted, or reached out to me and my wife, and just accepted us with open arms, man. And it's been good. It's been dope, and so it's been a pleasure getting to know them. Nick served 4 years in the Army, 4 years well active duty, and then 4 years reserve. So, and also with my show, man, I'm giving back to the vets because we all got a voice. And most of y'all already know that I served. I completed my 20 and served with some cool people, man, and still get to know people. So, shout out to the vets. Nick, thank you for your service. Thank you for being on the show, my brother. And I definitely appreciate your time, man.
Well,
So we're gonna go ahead.
thank you for your service,
I'm sorry.
man.
Go ahead, bro.
Thank you for having me on, man.
Absolutely, bro. So we ready to talk sports, baby. We got a little NBA action going for y'all, and we got the NFL. Nick, by the way, is a Ravens fan, y'all. So there's been some questions about Lamar, but we're
Yes.
gonna say the best. We're gonna say the best for last at the end of the show here. So we'll have some questions for him, and just to kind of pick his brain, since he's a Ravens fan and could probably tell us, give us some insight about the organization and maybe what the Ravens is thinking. So this would be dope, man. So all right, let's get into it. So my one of the first questions that I came, I was thinking about. There was a debate a little over a week ago about the MVP for this year. They were saying that there's a couple of star players out there. The Joker, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and I was listening to JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins on First Take, and it was kind of going back at it about the NBA MVPs, and people got different criteria on what they you know different criteria in what they may see as who's the MVP or most valuable player. So I look at it from a standpoint of, okay, what is this player doing? How is he helping his team? What is he bringing to the table? Is he lifting his you know what I mean? And some people are all about points. What's your thing? What's your thoughts on that, Nick? And who would you say is your NBA MVP thus far?
I would say it's what like your stat. Think it's more of a I take you off of
Oh,
this team and replace you. How much the team missed with you not being. So for me, players are great players, but I think he does the most. I think he would get. I believe he has triple double right now. I mean,
yeah,
it's not sexy. He's not
yeah,
dropping 30 a game. He's giving you like a solid, maybe
solid.
a big man, averaging, definitely giving you boards. And as far, I mean, he's shooting, I think, from the 3-point line than anybody. So for me, he would definitely get my vote. What about you?
So you said you're rolling with the was it MB that you were saying?
No, no, the Joker, the
Oh, the
Joker.
Joker. Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not knocking it. My take was more so Joel Embiid because what he's doing also from the I like the defensive spectrum, defensive side of it, and what he's doing with the ball. Um, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. Joker is he's in his bag. He's balling out. He's triple double. He's definitely doing it. And then if you honestly take both of those athletes off their team, they obviously they won't teams I don't think will be as good as they are. But
Of course not.
from the defensive standpoint, I like what Joel Embiid is doing, what he's bringing to the table. However, I would say this that with the Joker, I believe it's what 2 years in a row MVP. So now people are gonna be starting looking well this season after this season, they're like, hey, did you bring a chip home? So I think going into next season that can hurt him to a degree if if they don't bring a chip home. That's just my personal opinion. So um I don't know. On the flip side of that,
I
with Joel
mean, I
Embiid, oh go ahead.
I agree with you. Embiid, he does have a little bit more of an impact, so I definitely agree with you
Yeah,
there. As far as the championship, see that I could see that being a top in the near
yeah,
future. If, which that's tough, man.
it is. Yeah, it's
I don't know.
it's
I don't.
definitely
I don't
tough.
know.
Um, One thing else I want to add too with the Sixers though and how they playing ball. I don't know, man. I honestly feel like if they don't get the chip or at least get to the finals, I feel like that this I don't know. You got James Hart. I mean, I feel like it's over to a degree for James Harden there. I feel like he moves. I feel like Doc Rivers is. I feel like I hate to say it. I feel like he's gone if they don't. You know what I'm saying? At least get there. And I kind of feel like Joel Embiid eventually moves. Um, you know what I mean? So that's just my thought. That's just my
So
opinion.
you think they'll blow the team up?
Oh yeah, I think they'll blow the team up. Selfishly, I would say I know that Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler, have a good relationship. I don't see the Miami Heat. I don't see us going far. To be honest, the way we've been playing ball, and Jimmy does need some help. So I can see them actually probably going after Joel Embiid next season to pair him up with Jimmy Butler. I can kind of see that could possibly happen. So yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Moving on, man. As we know, the topic of discussion last week was about John Morant and that whole situation. Um, so I wanted to, kind of get your thoughts. I mean, he has, you know, they said the investigation and everything. Police finished the investigation, and he would not be charged with anything. Just wanted to pick your brain here as I bring up my slides here. Are you able to see that on your end?
I can see it.
Yep. So he avoids criminal charges. Police after they just finished the investigation. Um, what do you think about this whole situation involving Jaw? And if you was a brother of his, like what advice would you give him? Or if he was in his circle, what type of advice would you give him?
Um, I think it's. I think the transition from being your dude to being and having to start at the same time is an excuse. Like you're kind of he's. I mean he's one of the I would
Yeah.
say right now, and he's shoes. He's too. He had like it wasn't a fit, but he got in kids at a volleyball game. He got into it with another kid that he kind of flashed his gun. Got into it with a mall cop. You're not a you play ball. All your energy be there, not like not trying to pick fights. You get into it with all that, like you a grown man out here. So I don't know. I would just I'd sit him down, like, focus on ball, watch who you surround yourself, the people who you surround yourself with, trying to have this same conversation. Then that's a problem. Me personally, I think some type of disciplinary act that may be the only way that he learns his lesson.
Right. I got most of what you said. I think your mic was in and out, but I did catch the majority of what you were saying.
Okay.
I think I agree with you. It's an unfortunate situation, man. Hopefully, it's more so a lesson learned, man. It's just a lesson learned, and you know, hopefully he knows now that, hey, man, they're gonna be definitely watching him. From what I hear, they say the NBA they hire FBI undercover agents, so you definitely you definitely gonna have eyes on him, man. So whether at the game, off the court, at the club, so he's definitely gonna have eyes on him. So, and then I was reading a tweet from the OG Paul Pierce. He had a comment out there about John Moran, and I don't know if anyone, for anyone that don't know this, Paul Pierce played for the Boston Celtics, championship pedigree. However, within his career, he was stabbed at some point. I don't know where the location was, but he was stabbed, and he said that he used to carry his gun after that. And he had a comment, he had a tweet out there saying that he don't see what the problem is related to Ja. When rappers are, waving their guns and doing this stuff, and all that stuff, what rappers do. But my response to that would be with Paul Pierce though is, okay, if you carried your gun on you, you wasn't in videos and you wasn't waving your gun, so you actually had it there,
Right.
for protection. Ja, in the sense of, I don't know if you got to see the video, it was kind of flashy and waving his gun like some of the rappers do. And I mean, what two different categories here, because you're a NBA, you're a player. You know what I'm saying? You're an NBA player. Leave the rappers where the rappers are at. Rappers are gonna do what they do. I heard Drake say a line that one time that athletes are, they want to be us and they want to be, what I'm saying? So, sounds about true, man. But I would definitely, if I was in a circle, man, yo, chill, man. You worth a lot, bro. You the future face of the NBA. And I want to say too, like his dad. I think to me was more so not so much of. I mean, yeah, he should be held accountable when he's an adult, but more so the dad, man, because the dad to me, like the accountability factor. Sometimes it just seems like he want to be more of a homeboy instead of actually being a father. You know what I mean? And at least that's how it seems like it is portrayed to a degree. Like he wants to be more of a homeboy instead of a father. So hopefully they get it together, man. Prayers up to Ja and that whole situation, and hopefully he learned from it, man. And yeah, man. So
Rightfully so, man. He got way too much. You know what I mean?
Way too much on that. Way too much on that, bro. All right, moving on to our next topic of discussion. We got the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant, right? Um, so he'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. He had an ankle sprain. Um, Nick, like, what's your take on this? With him having an ankle sprain, I mean, he was doing warm ups and he had an ankle sprain. So right now, like I said, he'll
Yeah,
be reevaluated in three
but
weeks. What's your take on it? Do you think this hurts the Phoenix Suns' chances and their championship aspirations?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the playoffs, you know, the in the NBA. So granted, their upcoming schedule, they play at Sacramento twice,
Yeah,
LA twice. I want to say the Clippers. The Clippers are in. They got Denver twice too. I mean, they have a tough schedule, but I mean, out in the West, so they got a little cushion. Think he'll come back. He'll be back in time, and
right.
he can kind of take his time in a sense. I just feel like they're that they can probably pull it off. You know, these next couple weeks, Chris Paul, Book, Aiden. So I mean, I think they're in good hands. Be all right.
Gotcha.
What about you?
I don't know, bro. I beg to differ a little bit. I think, I mean, yeah, he KD. I get all that. My thing with that would be it's about 20 something games left. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint like he just recently got there just to be able to build that chemistry. I don't, 3 weeks playoffs going to be starting. So, then you gave us some key pieces like Bridges and I don't think there's enough time, you know what I'm saying? They don't have much of a margin there to really get it together to build that team chemistry within 20 games. I'm giving them about a
That's
second round exit in my personal opinion. Um,
okay.
I don't. I mean, D Book is gonna do his thing. KD obviously gonna do his thing, but I think when it's no offense, their coaches is immaculate. I I don't know. I'm not a believer in the bench. And who they got coming off. I don't know. I just don't really see. I don't think that there's. I think this impacts them to a degree, and I'm giving them by the second round exit, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, their bench does. Um, it could be improved. It definitely
Yeah,
would need a better bench, but
yeah,
come playoff time, people on the bench. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Healthy
oh
anyway.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean,
We'll
there's a possibility because playoffs. That's just a different. You're in a different element. You're in a different zone. But what I would say is
yeah.
what I've been watching so far. I think like over a week ago, I seen the Clippers play the Warriors, and they got Trump, and Steph wasn't even in the game. So when I look at, I'm like, golly, how Kawhi Leonard, Paul. To me, they're on my number one hit list because
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi Leonard, it annoys me because he missed the load management. And number two, he did all these subliminals when he got to LA and rode on they let out the red carpet for him. Man was in a private the helicopter. I mean, I want Paul George. Did all this, and it's been what 4 years, and they ain't get no ring yet. Now people can say what they want to say about LeBron and the Lakers and all that, and some people may not count the bubble. Some people may count the bubble. Whatever. But I count a championship as a championship, and you can't take that away from them. At least they
Right.
got a ring to show for it. Clippers, to me, in my personal opinion, I ain't showing no remorse for them. Like I don't know. So, where I was going with that was I seen them lose to the Warriors with no Steph. And then I don't know. The other day, I seen the Warriors play the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies didn't have Ja. Um, I don't know. Maybe there is hope for them, the Phoenix Suns. I'm looking at the West. But
Did Golden State end up
go ahead.
end up winning that game against Memphis? That game, and I stopped watching, and I won day, and I want to say Golden State came back wrong.
Well, the one the other day I watched the Grizzlies they won.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Got you.
maybe I don't know. I'm not. I just see a second round. I don't know. One thing I'm going to give the Clip. I think the advantage that I'm going to have with the Clippers and the other teams is they already got that team chemistry built. Here with the Suns, KD don't have that team chemistry built, and I think that helps in crucial situations in the playoffs. It's just me.
No, I can feel you on that.
All right, man, we're gonna go. We transitioning from the NBA and we're going over to the NFL next. So the Bears, sources say the Bears traded the number one overall pick to the Panthers in exchange for big time compensation, including multiple first rounders. Carolina can now draft a quarterback of the future. First of all, I can't believe Carolina would also put DJ Moore and make him a part of that deal, man. I was like, jeez, they put him a part of that deal, bro. I can't believe that, bro. I mean, it's crazy. Shout out my IG folks. If you follow me, what's good, family? I'm on live on my podcast. I got a good friend of mine, Nick, on here with me, and we are talking about NBA, we're talking about NFL, going over some of the things here, some of the hot topics. So Nick, a friend of mine that I've known for a few years, cool guy, beautiful family, accepted myself and my wife. I'm here in the Atlanta area with open arms. And he's a vet. He served in the Army 4 years and also did some time in the reserves as well. So, and my show is about giving back to the vets as well because we got a voice too. We love sports. When you're sitting out in the middle of the desert, when you're sitting out in the middle of the oceans, y'all hear me, y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can relate. We talk about things that keep us entertained out there, to keep us sane while we out there, taking care and handling business for our nation. So, want to give back to the vets, and Nick is like my first guest on here. So I'm sorry, Nick, I had to put that out there on IG Live as well. The same.
You good, man?
But they can't see the slide, so I'm working on that to get that going.
Okay.
Well in the near future. But back to what I was saying as far as Carolina, I don't see how they gave up DJ Moore in that deal, but I get it. They're desperate for a quarterback at the moment. Do you think they go after CJ Stroud? Do you think they go after Bryce Young? What's your take on that? Do you think Bryce Young is the answer?
I don't know, to be honest, man. I do sold on him. They have multiple options there. So what I do is they'll do a little bit more homework, the pro days. Heard that they may even be interested in trading. I think if they can trade back at the player that they want to get, to try and get some of that compensation back, because they mortgage a lot and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
I don't know ever quarterback they get. I don't know who he throwing to. It's I don't. It's Bryce Young is their guy. We'll see.
Yeah.
I know the Bears. The Bears came up. They came up
Yeah.
big. So Chase Claypool, he's not, you know, too well good. I think his best years are probably you add DJ Moore, you got Moon running game. They just got some linemen, and they'll be. I think they could a team that flies under the radar, man.
I think so. Chicago, I think so, especially with the division and how it's kind of sinking to a degree. I think well, we don't know what's going to happen with Rodgers with Green Bay. I mean, if he's going to stay or if he's going to move on to New York. Who else you got in there? Minnesota. Minnesota just, I mean, it looked good, right? They had a great season last season. I'm still not a really firm believer that Kirk can take you there. Kirk Cousins. They just released Adam Thielen the other day, so they're gonna need maybe another two wide receiver to go along with Jefferson. So I think Chicago is a up and coming team. I mean, Justin Fields. I don't know. I think he's solid. You put the right offensive scheme around him, and then get him some receivers. So, in which it seems like they might be working on that. But now you get DJ Moore. I think they're gonna be pretty solid. My take on Bryce Young is this. I think Bryce Young is small frame. He kind of reminds me of my quarterback in Miami, Tua Tagovailoa. Um, I don't know, man. I like the kid from the Gators. I like him. I think he's gonna
Rich
say Anderson. Yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna be. I think he's solid. There's a little comparison to him. They say Lamar and Cam Newton to a degree. But I like him, man. I think if I don't know, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna. We'll see, I guess, here in April when the draft comes around. But to me, Bryce is small. There has been a question in the league about small time quarterbacks and if they, um, can they survive in the league and their longevity. And so with Tua, obviously with the concussion stuff. Speaking of, my team. They just picked up his fifth-year option. Fifth-year option deal, um, and was it 23.4 million on his fifth-year option. So we'll see. I know he's taking some judo classes and he's learning how to land and all this good stuff. So man, I don't. I would say it right here. I'm gonna say it live. I love the kid. It's just not. I mean, 1 year, man. It's not worth the future, bro. And um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna see how he does this year. I mean, before they even try to extend a long term contract to him. But that's risky because say something happens to him and have a concussion, everybody's gonna point all across the NFL, across the board, bro. They're gonna point their fingers at the Miami Dolphins organization. Y'all didn't learn your lesson last year, and he done had 3 concussions last year, and
mm-hmm.
you know now if he shows up and ball out and he plays, I don't know, at least 75, 80% of the games this season, um, with no concussions. Like I would say, a legit injury would have to be God forbid, like an ACL or a shoulder or something along those lines. We're not going. They probably, well, I don't know. They probably because he had a hip injury and all that. But if he had something along those lines, I don't think it would be as bad. But he's definitely gonna have to show up and really prove like, hey, I do have longevity and I got durability. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be available. So I do give him his props. Like when he was in the lineup, the offense
He was
was
solid.
clicking. The offense was clicking. Now those last 4 games that he played, I don't know what scheme. I couldn't tell you. The game with Green Bay, the game with the Niners, the game. So I don't know, but hopefully he comes back um, a lot better. Because our division. I still feel like the Jets are on our heels. The Jets is just right there. They just need a quarterback. So we'll see if they go off to Aaron Rodgers. I want to get your take on this with Aaron Rodgers. Brian Gutekunst and um, Coach Salah. They all went to go visit. They went to go visit Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay to kind of go talk to him and I guess see where his mind was. What do you think about him going to New York? Do you think it would be good for the Jets? Do you think he should stay in Green Bay? What's your thoughts on
To be honest, I think in New York, Green Bay done much for him as far as like you know what I mean. Like you go, he had other than Devontae Adams, they've had him for a minute. I think he left for, but he's not the same receiver that he was. Outside of those two, I don't remember too many that they've had.
it?
The
Right.
Jet offensively, like dense, and I think he would. I think he would be a dense.
Yeah, I could see that. The Jets. The only thing that concerns me with the Jets is, I mean, yeah, he's a vet. But if he goes, I think he has to go there with the intent of, being a leader of men. Hey, these are my intentions. Because if I'm a player and I'm going in the locker room and like, say they sign up for a 2, 3 year deal, I don't want to go into something with somebody that's undecisive about their decision or if they're gonna stay or if they're gonna, you know what I mean? And it seems like year after year he's just been indecisive if he's gonna play, and that is his choice, that is his option. But we either going all in, man, or we not gonna go.
He need to be. He need.
I'm sorry, say again.
He need to be committed.
Yeah, the commitment factor of it. You just need to be committed, man, because no one wants to go. You know what I mean? So I think, and you got younger players. They got some younger wide receiver core. So he's gonna have to definitely come in. Um, like you said, committed. And then the Bills over there. The Bills. Listen, everyone know I dislike the Bills, and I don't care for them. Buffalo shrimp, Buffalo chicken, Buffalo chicken tenders. Buffalo still gonna be Buffalo, no matter how you cut it and slice it. Listen, there's a fire going on over there. Stephon Diggs isn't happy. It doesn't sound like they're gonna be able to retain Tremaine Edmonds, Poyer.
Mm-hmm.
They put all their eggs in the basket to win within 3 years, and I don't think they're gonna be able to pay these guys, and then they're gonna be trying to rely on Von Miller next year. Von Miller, yeah, he's a great player coming off of injury. He's a little older. You know what I'm saying? They still don't have a running game. I don't think they're gonna be able to pay Singletary. Singletary's gonna leave. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be the same. I give them about 8-8, 8-9. I don't think they're gonna. I ain't gonna disrespect them like that, but I just don't think they'll be the same. You lose. Oh man, yeah, you lose Leslie Frazier, your defensive coordinator, which I think was a great coordinator, but then you lost him. Um,
Oh yeah.
then Dable's not there. Dable's the coach of the New York Giants, so I don't really think Buffalo. I think any AFC team now, such as the Fins or the Jets, used to probably look at the Buffalo Bills and be like, hey, we need to set our bar high like them. But I think the bar now high is going to be, hey, trying to follow what the Chiefs do and what the Bengals do. I think Buffalo probably slid out of that race. I still think y'all there because y'all division, your division, the Ravens and the still you cannot. Even with that saying that's crazy to me is that Mike Tomlin is such a great coach and everybody the Steelers is losing and they're not, but he does something into that locker room where he's just a leader of men, and then he taught the way that he gets them together. Man, they can lose like 5 games in a row, and then by the end of the season, you're like, how did the Steelers kind of get back into the playoff contention? Like, where did they come from? So, I don't know, man. That's a tough division, but I know I said a mouthful there, man. But
No, no, it is. It is. It is a tough division. But like you said, I think the Bengals. I think of a lot of the teams are gonna be trying to do what they did. Building their teams. Man, these next
yeah,
couple years are gonna be really the Bills. They were echelon
yeah.
teams up there. They've kind of taken that back. So we'll see. Makes a step up. I I think going to New York. I think that would be good for. I think it would be good for that division.
Yeah.
They taking a step back. Miami, I feel like they're gonna be in. So it'll be interesting for y'all division. I think it's gonna happen though. I
Yeah.
think it'll probably happen.
And I would add this, not to discount the amount, but if you really look at the trajectory of the veteran quarterbacks like the Peyton Mannings of the world when he left Indy, he got a chip in Indy, and then he eventually left
Mm-hmm.
Denver, got another chip in Denver. So then you look at Brady and what he's done with the Patriots, and then went to Tampa, got a chip there. So maybe that's something that he's thinking about, Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that's something he's thinking about. He did get a chip in Green Bay, so maybe if he decides to leave and go to New York, I don't know. We'll see. I'm totally against it because they're in our division, so I'm going to tell them right now. I'm gonna veto that. I don't want it to happen. But
There you go.
yeah,
Blame you.
yes, sir. Yeah, man. So moving on, dun dun on the topic. I had to get you on for get you on for I have a family member. I got quite a few friends, you included, that are big Ravens fans. And I had to definitely get you in on this topic, man, to get your thoughts on this. So right here is what I have right here. The highest paid quarterbacks right now. This is the average annual salary right now. Rodgers sitting at 50.3 mil. Russell for and this is what they get in a year now, y'all. This is what they get in a year. Um, and I'm really hoping for my guy Lamar, man, and him being from Brown County. I hope that the Ravens eventually get something done. Nick, you are a Baltimore Ravens fan. You've been there, for years. And just wanted to get your take, man. Do you think they get a deal done soon for Lamar? What's your take?
It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm I'm really interested to see what happens to the teams initially when we put the tag on him that everyone thought would be interested, you know, give him a contract with him are saying that they're not interested. So it's being said that the other team work. So nobody is interested and nobody to an offer. It'll be interesting because its stance is probably going to continue, and the Ravens' stance is probably going to continue. So, I feel like there's no way he's going to be able to get the fully guaranteed contract that Deshaun Watson got.
Right.
Have to meet somewhere in the middle. I would rather give him highest paid on. Give him the highest. I think he deserves more than Kyler Murray. I think he should. I mean, I think he deserves is Aaron Rodgers. To be honest, it's not about he overplayed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, what he should have been paid the last couple, and then going to pay him handsomely as well. So give him like a year equal to, or maybe Rodgers. I think like a 6 year, it's gonna be a lot of money, but the man deserves a whole lot with little to nothing. I say give him a 6 year, 300 million a year. Guarantee wise, he's not gonna get the 230. I think Kyler Murray got what 180. So I would give him like 200 guaranteed.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Was here on my next slide here. So Daniel Jones got 4 years, 160 mil. Derek Carr got 4 years, 150 mil. Geno Smith 3. What do you think Lamar should get? Did you say 6 years?
I say this because if you it's gonna put, and while I hate this argument because the Ravens fans are like, well, if we give him all, we can't sign him, we can't get him any weapon on a rookie deal for 5 years. Y'all ain't that time span. So you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you're just gonna have to break the man off his money.
And because it cut off when you said the amount. What was the amount you were saying?
I would say 300
300. Okay.
200 to 205
guaranteed. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So 6 years, 205, a 300 million deal, 205 guaranteed. I like it. I see. You know what I mean? I think he worth every penny, man. Here's another question for you, Nick. As you know, one of our good friends. I wish he was able to join the show to defend for himself. One of our good friends, Mike, has mentioned that Lamar needs an agent. You know, he said that's I think that's his opinion of saying he needs an agent, and that's probably why no deal has gotten done. What do you say to that? What do you think of that and your thoughts of this whole he needs an agent thing?
But listen, but this is just my opinion.
Gotcha.
The same thing Lamar an agent would be asking for. Once, if Lamar sees the decision, he's like, look, he's in our division. Him, I've won an MVP. Him for wanting more contract was a stupid Browns part, but they're the Browns and horrible their entire existence. You can't fault him for wanting more. He's won an MVP, a better record. He's a better, so you can't fault him for wanting more.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I don't think you can fault him for that. I mean, considering what.
So,
You good? Go ahead, bro.
so I mean, I think in aging for the same thing that Lamar is, like I was trying to tell Mike, like, a lot of the times when these agents are, I mean, they're always involved because the majority of the players have agents who represent themselves. But for a team to look, well, this is why this amount of money. This player isn't doing. This player is doing. They're good as this player, so give him this money. Are you Lamar? You're not gonna do that to a player. You're not. I mean, you're gonna tell a player in their face, good. I don't think you deserve this amount of money because a player and they do this better than you do. Then I have a hard time believing tell a player that to their face.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you know for a fact like that's what goes on behind closed doors when like them the GMs and owners of the team
Oh yeah.
when they had the negotiated table with those agents, they're like, well, comparing him to this person, he wasn't this, and that. So this is what I have as offer, you know. So yeah, but when a player is actually, they're not going to tell that player that to their face. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. And
Especially
yeah, go ahead.
Lamar, especially Lamar Jackson and him winning it goes. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's
I have no, you know what I'm saying. I'm more of a planning type person, and I try to have stuff organized. My wife is a better organizer, facts all the way. But um, I got no problem with a man negotiating his own deal. I don't think nothing wrong with that. Um, you know, I really don't. I think that's definitely a different tax bracket. I don't, I mean, it's different. So I don't think nothing's wrong with it. If you wish, because there's a ton of athletes out there that negotiate their own deal. Um, and in fact, he's able to do that, man. So I just hope that they get a deal done soon for him, man. And do you think that he resigned? Do you think he's not going nowhere? Like what would you say if you had to get a percentile? Do you think he's 50% in, 50% out? Or do you think he's I don't know 75% in and what's your take on that?
I just think he wants what he feel
He
like he deserves. I'm
deserves.
saying like I feel like the Ravens won.
Yeah,
I just involved. So when it's that much money involved, organization is like
yeah,
man. this much money. But at the same time, the man that earned it. So I think he wants to be there. To be there, you know, they want him there. So I think a deal will get done.
Yeah, another thing too. I'm not really. I mean, teams haven't. There's 5 teams out there. My team was one of them. Carolina was one there. I think the Raiders. It's like 5 teams out there that are somebody out there saying that these teams said that they're not interested. I don't really think that's true to a degree because those teams ain't officially really say, hey, they're not interested in his services. Um, I think as we peel the onion back, I think with free agency next week, and then when the draft happens, you know how stuff. I think the cookie gonna start to crumble, and this trade is gonna be made, and then, you know what I'm saying. So I think something you can't tell me that there's not a team out there that's not interested in this man's services. Now I do know that whatever team that's out there is interested, Baltimore has ability to match the offer, right? So I'm not really buying that there's not a team out there that want this man's services. I mean, if you're looking at us, I start with us. Like, man, I know they just picked up his 5th year option, but if I don't know, man, I don't know. And then the Raiders, they really buying into Stidham, in which I don't think they are. Um,
It can't
can
be,
be. I
man.
mean, you got Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams is gonna have something to say about that. I,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. It just doesn't, you know. Um, so I'm not really buying that. You know, these teams aren't really, you know. Then you got to also look at, you know, say he sits out. What is it? Week 5, week 6 within the season. That's what trade deadline. And we all know things happen. Quarterbacks get injured. So I think at some point, hey, there's teams out there that's interested. So I don't believe I don't know who put that out. I'm just not really a fan of it. I ain't really buying it. But hopefully you stay with your team, man. I know um, the city of Baltimore and the whole, you know, I know the team. Like, you know, I think I seen Calais Campbell had a tweet. You know what I'm saying? So I know they definitely all for Lamar, man. It just comes down to what y'all.
Like the City Rock
Yeah.
farm, like he just
What's his name? What's his? Oh man, one of your I don't remember who it was, but they was at the Pro Bowl. One Pro Bowl. One of your players. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm just gonna say one of your players. I can't remember if they was on defensive offense. And they were playing around and all that stuff, and you know how they do during the Pro Bowl. You know, it's kind of like NBA All Star Weekend, but they're playing around. But apparently, one of your players is out there trying to recruit. You know, trying to get, hey, you know, he's coming to the Ravens. And the common denominator factor was like, hey, is Lamar still gonna be there? That was the magic question. So um, yeah, man. So that I know the team rallies around him. And on top of that, man, if you know, hopefully he stays. But if he stays, do you think your owner continues to try to draft? Because yeah, draft a receiver out of the draft, or do you think they eventually shift moves and try to go get more so like a veteran or something? You know, Adam Thielen is out there. Um, do you think they do something like that? Because the last what I didn't realize this, but you guys are the your team is best way to word it. Your team is at the top of the scale as far as I think the last 4 5 years with drafting like top receivers. They just
hmm
really haven't like
and we
paid them.
haven't hit.
Yeah, you know. So do you think they go in the draft and get another top receiver? Do you think eventually they try to get him some help?
I think you go both routes.
Yeah,
I feel like we got rid of Hollywood. Is not he's not a slouch either. He's a pretty solid guy, but we didn't replace him. We traded at the time. We
yeah.
traded him away, Bateman, but Rashad Bateman had got hurt the pre-trade Hollywood away this year, and we didn't even draft another receiver. We didn't. I mean, we to Marcus Robinson. This is my issue. Tua Gatto, Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown are over the course that he's got just this past year. He had Sammy Watkins. Who else? Of older
Deshaun
veterans.
Jackson. You guys had Deshaun Jackson. Yeah.
I mean, he was good back in the day, and with the Redskins, but he's not that player. We need to get somebody that's but not too old. I like Adam Thielen. Thielen is what we would typically go after. Like I would rather, if we're gonna get a veteran, I would rather us trade D Hop is a bona fide, but still, much time last year. I want to say he's like he missed so much time last year. He back and had like 700 yards in a few games. Bona fide number one. I would maybe draft a guy, and hopefully Rashad Bateman. A lot of that's another problem. So hopefully with him being gone, go down, and we're not having so many seasons where it cripples us
Yeah.
on playoffs. So we'll see, man. We can bring in a vet, not too old. Don't bring in a guy who got 1 foot in. Like so, we'll see.
I like what you said about D Hop. I think D Hop will definitely be good. That'll be a solid pickup if y'all get D Hop. Um, I got my last question for you. Last question before we wrap it up. Um, do you think how do you feel about Odell Beckham Jr. and what if he came right? Like what's your thought on that?
I like Odell, but I think the reality of the situation is an ACL tear, and with an ACL tear, normally that second year,
Yeah.
you're starting to get some of the explosiveness that you had to the injury. With him having two, worries me. One, he's never gonna was in New York be that Odell anymore. He's getting older. He's two injuries on a team as number two, probably even three option. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna Sauce Gardner and
Right.
Ramsey on him, and that's it. And he's not going to be able to perform at the same level. So I think he would. I would, but I think we would definitely steal someone else, whether that be through the draft. Um, but I just don't think that he's number 2, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. So I think Lamar. I mean, I'm sorry. I think Odell is a solid number 2 coming off the injury. I do definitely think you have to pair him up with the number 1. Um, but he would need a strong number 1 to get like when he was in
Yeah,
LA when you had Cooper Cup, and Cooper Cup was getting double teamed, man. So that freed up
exactly.
for Odell. So I think
One
if
on
you
one.
yeah you would have to definitely, you know what I'm saying, definitely make him the number 2 option per se. Get your strong receiver man, but um oh, and then I believe was it the Cardinals? They just released Robbie Anderson too, man. So he's nice. Shout out to Robbie Anderson. He's from Fort Lauderdale. You know what I mean? But he's nice. He can, he's
He's solid.
he's solid. Yeah, deep threat. So
Take the top off the defense. I actually was here this past season.
yeah, Robbie Anderson, man. So he's gonna be out there. I have Thielens out there, so it's gonna be interesting, man. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
this free agency and then see what happens in the draft. Can't wait to next year, bro. We got the guys trip coming up to the NFL draft. So I think it's gonna be is it in Indy? I believe it's in Indy. I have to do my homework and double check on it.
I think so.
We're gonna make it
India.
happen. We got to do the draft.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be tough. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, yes indeed, my brother. Well, again, thanks to all my fans and my listeners for my IG. I'm working on getting y'all synchronized with my restream on YouTube and my Facebook chat. I had a special guest on today, a good buddy of mine, Nick, who I've been on for a few years. Beautiful family. Him and his wife. They accepted my wife and our family here in the Atlanta area in the neighborhood. Um, and they've just been generous to us, real good people, real cool. We actually took a trip with them in November for Nick's birthday, so and it was an amazing time. Got to meet some other great couples. I see one of my good friends on here, Toya. Toya was good. Toya, tell my boy Emil hello and shout out to him. Another beautiful couple that we met on the trip. So thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Joe Snow Sports Podcast. And again, we was talking about NBA and NFL topics and all that good stuff. And Nick being a Baltimore Ravens fan, I had to get his insight in what was going on with the whole Lamar Jackson deal and just wanted to get so his opinion and his thoughts and stuff like that. So Nick, man, it's been fun. This past hour, man. Appreciate you for joining. You my first guest, my brother. So I appreciate you, man, for your time and everything. Thank you for your service again. I'm also dedicating my show to vets that serve. Again, we got a voice too. And when you out in the middle of the war zone or in the middle of the desert, or whether you out there in the middle of the ocean somewhere, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, what we do is cope to sports and to keep ourselves sane. At least I did, and some of the fellows that I served with and women that I served with did, and we just talk sports. So I love it. Sports is my passion. Now that I'm retired out of the military, I I intend to just kind of take it to another level, man. And this is what I want to do, and I love and I enjoy doing it. So Nick, again, I appreciate you. Thanks for your service. For those that don't know, subscribe to my YouTube at Joseph Snowden 397. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on live. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Mind your business. Stay out of other people's business. And when we stay out of other people's business, this world will be just a better place. So love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Nick, you got any final words, my guy?
No, bro, I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure, man. We'll have to do it again sometime, and we need to link up, have a drink sometimes.
Absolutely, man. You know it. We're gonna definitely do that. We got to get the rest of the Ellis crew up on here. We got to get Kurt in here and talk about those Washington Commanders or Redskins, whatever you want to call it. We got to get
Whoever they are.
We got to get Mike and Dwight on here to talk about the Falcons and Ed. We can't forget Ed. We got to get them to talk about the Falcons and what the moves that the Falcons gonna do and all that good stuff. So looking forward towards it, man. And let's do it again, my brother.
Let's do it, man.
All right, bro. You have a good one, man. And thanks again, my man.
You have a good one as well.
All right, bro.